Hello, welcome on the Watches TV. Let's discover what are the highlights of the next Sotheby's auction here in Geneva with Pedro Reiser, Deputy Manager of the Watches Department.
We have a very exclusive selection of timepieces ranging from very early ages and retracing really Swiss watchmaking history. And I start with the birdcage, which is at center stage of our sale. Birdcage signed by Bautte Moynier, realized in 1825, and it is an exceptional piece, musical automaton with two singing birds and this charming butterfly on top. So it's really an exceptional piece, and we have these wonderful craftsmen from La Chaux-de-Fonds who came together in Geneva and realized this exceptional piece, and there are only two known in the market. It can go to a very refined collector, but also to a museum. It's a very highly specialized market, but the interest is still very, very high, and we feel it now that we get a lot of requests, and people are interested in these rare pieces that were extremely rare. As you can imagine, they had a strong price at that time, and they were realized in only very limited pieces. And they were really more than only a timepiece and an automaton, and it was really to amuse people and guests. And at that time, there were no TVs, no musical recorders, so you had these beautiful timepieces to entertain also. So, and I think the market is still existent for such pieces. Let me move to this other extraordinary piece, which is the inking chronograph made by Nicolas Mathieu Rieussec in 1821, which was developed for horse racing because his brother was very much involved with the horse racing world in Paris. And Rieussec was at very young age very recognized as a watchmaker, and he became only 36 years old. He became part of the watchmakers for the king in France. So he made this inkjet cylinder chronograph, which is activated with this button here. And you see you have a revolving dial, enamel dial, and the ink is posed on the ring, activated if I press this button here, and you have this window here where you can read the minutes. So it goes on for you can read about up to 10 minutes, and obviously it will continue to work. It is an extraordinary piece, and we really believe it will find a happy new collector. This desk timepiece signed by Vacheron Constantin et Verger Frères. It's very exceptional little desk timepiece, especially when you see the very intrinsic and marvelous dial, which was realized by Vladimir Makovsky in 1926. So here in the back you see the movement, and you see it is signed by Vacheron Constantin. So these movements were actually ordered by Verger Frères in Paris, and Verger Frères represented Vacheron Constantin in the French market. So they built it into this beautiful case and commissioned Makovsky to realize that beautiful dial. Here we have this very rare and extraordinary Patek Philippe wristwatch, reference 1504, 35 millimeters. We have a black dial with pink gold Breguet numerals and hands, and a stainless steel case, which is, this combination is very rare, extremely rare. This reference was produced between 1940 and 1944. This particular example was produced in 1941. And there are only two known to the market as of today, and this one being one of them. Here we have this split-second chronograph by Universal, military, Italian military watch, 44 millimeters, 1945 with 24-hour dial. The size is extraordinary for that time, and it is a very strong watch. Here you can see the AMI, Aeronautica Militare Italiana, with its specific type and number. It is currently owned by a private collector. We're starting to see lots of interest on this watch. This is a Carrera in 18 karat gold, Heuer. It is special because it was given by Jack Heuer to Ronnie Peterson, the famous Formula 1 driver, and it was given as a part of a sponsorship agreement between Heuer and Ronnie Peterson in 1972. And you can read on the case back, it says, "Success, Ronnie Peterson, from Jack Heuer." I think it is exceptional that it was actually Ronnie Peterson's watch, and he wore the watch, and as we learned that he really liked this watch, and the Carrera chronograph was specially made for Formula 1, for car racing pilots. So, and the gold version were usually given to famous Formula 1 pilots. We think that with our interesting and very varied timepieces that we offer, we will attract lots of new clients from different areas, and we're very confident that we will attract some refined collectors and watch lovers.